Welcome, everybody. We are live. Windy City Savage in the house. Co-host, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm the pointy man, SG3. Here to just do what I do best, and that's point. Go ahead,
Yep,
brother.
Windy City Savage himself. You already know. Let's get into these wrestling news. Let's start it off tonight. Monday Night Raw saw an opening of CM Punk, your new world heavyweight champion. Starts off Raw with the decent, pretty good promo. Always suspect that from CM Punk himself. It's a cult personality. And he had lots of his mind saying, look, you're going to be a fighting champion. Called out a couple of, interesting names out there that could get it. And he's saying basically, who's first in line.
I'm ready to eat for everybody.
Yep. And then Logan Paul came out, the returning Logan Paul himself, the main event. And he said, everybody except you, not you. I was talking about anybody but Logan Paul. Out comes Logan, cuts a decent promo against CM Punk and has his eyes out, obviously, for the world title. And then out of nowhere, we did have the Vision, the Bronze, and Paul Heyman come out, cut a promo of their own.
Oracle.
The Oracle. So basically this, look, cut down to the chase. They're basically saying we're eyeing CM Punk at this point. And before you know it, obviously Logan's like, you know what? I want no part of this. Walks out of nowhere. Braun and Bronson don't let him leave. So Braun's like, all right, you're going to do that? Okay, go ahead, leave. And bam, pushes Logan down the ground. He gets hit in the back of his head. And then out of nowhere, there goes the Bronze going inside the ring. CM Punk is surrounded. They attack CM Punk. And then Logan's about to leave. And then we get that tease, like, is he going to go in? Is he not? Is he going to go in? Is he going to not? He goes in full force, attacking both the Bronze. Helps out CM Punk, but then gets outnumbered, obviously. And then after that, CM Punk returns the favor, helps out Logan Paul, clear out house. Punk and Logan stands tall. And then we look like we got a tease of a face turn. So we'll get to that in a bit. All righty. Overall, Saturday night's main event did happen this Saturday. Okay. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. All right, we got a couple of new champions.
Yep.
And one retaining champion. Your retaining champ is Cody Rhodes. Did we expect anything less? No. I am not going to clap. I think this is boring. I think this is it's getting pretty bad. I like Cody Rhodes, but it's getting stale. I'm not a big fan of this. What do you think overall of that?
I don't know. I think Cody's just gotta go. He gotta go heel right now as a champion. I think he does.
I think he drops the belt, man. I just think because
I mean, if you want to add spice to Cody Rhodes' title legacy right now, make him a heel. It's the perfect time to do it. Like if right now is the time to do it, make him a heel as he's champion, as CM Punk did it, and that adds more interesting because we were interested, we were invested because of the story, because it was like cool, dude. We want to see you finish. We want to see you do it. He did it. It's like, what's next?
Well, to me, it's like this. What is the point of him holding the belt and then turning heel and then holding hostage the belt for another year like he did last year? I think he does wonders without the belt as a heel. Put the belt on someone else that elevates them. That way, you got eyes on Cody and you got eyes on a new champion. That doesn't have to be Drew. That could be someone else coming up. Fatu. That could be, I mean, honestly, dude, this SmackDown division is so dry. Maybe Sami Zayn.
I was gonna say Sami Zayn.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, elevate them. And then if you're going to turn him heel, that will be a good time because either way, you lose your title. But if anything, eyes are on you now. Because without the title, you're still one of the top guys in the business. And now that you're heel, everybody's going to be like, all right, what is Cody going to do next? What is Cody going to do next? Look, overall, it was another kind of match. Nothing to say. Honestly, I'm just going to be interesting to see where they all go here from here on, with Drew and Cody. Somebody tells me they're going to still keep going.
Sadly.
Well, let's move on to the next one.
Sadly.
Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. We did get a new crowning.
Yeah. hold on about that though. Sorry to cut you off. Did Tiffany look hurt
Mm,
when she was walking in? Didn't she look like she was limping a little bit?
didn't really notice.
Yeah, when she was like when they were walking, showing her walking with the title, she kind of had like a limp on her left leg.
Well, we didn't hear any injury reports, so I mean, we'll see in another week or so. We'll see if something comes up, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So we'll find out if that was the case. Maybe it was. Maybe you eye something that I didn't. But so I feel like another week or so, if we don't see her on SmackDown anymore or wrestling, we'll find out. But either way, decent match. Obviously Jade as a heel, about time, better off, style of wrestling. Overall, Jade Cargill winning made sense. Best for business. Uh, I don't know about you, but there's not much to be said here. I am interested to see where Jade's going to go about storyline. I'm assuming that Tiffany's going to go challenge her to get her title back once again. So this feud is going to keep going on. I just don't hope it doesn't linger too much because I'm getting kind of tired of repeating feuds. It seems like no matter where we go, it's like we're in that same rewind situation every week, whether it's Raw or SmackDown. It's we'll do it one more time, and after that, Tiffany, you're off somewhere else. Jade, you're off somewhere else. My
Nah,
opinion.
dude, you know what I would think? If I, you know what?
Go ahead.
Let's go to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Let's go over
Okay.
there. What was it? Was it Kenny versus somebody? I forgot who it was, but they didn't do like back to back to back. They had three great matches. You know what? Not even that far. Let's go back into our own backyard. Rock versus Austin at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
3 times it only happened, but it was spaced out in between. Right now, if you want to have a good little story, a good little setup between Tiffany and Jade, give us some time to breathe. So cool. We saw the fact that Jade caught the belt. Cool, whatever. Have Tiffany go ahead and focus on somebody else or focus on the tag team, whatever it happens. The Intercontinental title, whatever, right? Jade continues her thrash, whatever. Come the big one, you could say probably not even Survivor Series, Royal Rumble. Hey, you know what? You took my title. Now it's my turn to come back for my title. Now you're building up that hype because you already built up Tiffany, and it's not so predictable.
Okay. All right. I see where you're going with that. But don't you think? I'm not saying you're wrong or anything. I can see where you're coming from, with your ideas and all, which is pretty good. But don't you think WWE might want to build Jade Cargill versus a returnee Bianca Belair?
That's what I was gonna say. Bianca Belair, right there. So you start going Tiffany. I don't know who's even the women's SmackDown division.
But then that'll be another triple threat at
No, no,
Mania.
no, no, no. I'm not trying to say triple threat of Mania. So you do Tiffany versus some random chick. I don't really know who's on the SmackDown Women's roster right now, but Tiffany against that person. Hell, Charlotte for whatever reason. Alexa. Julia, perfect. Julia.
So
Tiffany against Julia, and then Jay just starts thrashing everybody, and then by like Survivor Series, here comes back Bianca Belair.
you don't see Alexa Bliss or Charlotte Flair chasing that title eventually as well, because they're not gonna just be tag team.
No.
For
I see them actually like probably losing it, maybe by Royal Rumble.
But even then, even as tag team, eventually they're gonna want more each one. And then we also got Nia Jax in the picture on SmackDown. So
getting better, but still like doesn't have much so far.
I mean, I think she's a lot better than Jade Cargill. She's definitely a lot better in my eyes. You still got a lot of people here. Look, I just rather see new storylines. Look, and then we still got a bunch of call-ups.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Call-ups. Take that in mind. Here's one person I rather see defeat Jade Cargill at Mania, and that is Jordan Grace.
I'm surprised she still hasn't gotten called up.
Well, they're trying to build her up. They're trying to work her in the system. I think she's great, but I think, they just want to make sure this is polished because I feel like, no disrespect to Jade Cargill, but I feel like they rushed her into WWE too soon because of her look, because she did look great.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is that, we rush Jordan Grace and somehow she doesn't develop, things might go sour,
Yeah, I can see that.
Partner, we got a mic issue here?
Yeah, I was having a mic issue, but I fixed it.
Looks like it might be off.
It is still off.
All right, how about this? We take turns just in case, talking on the mic.
Keep going, you're good.
Okay. So put it this way. I think Jordan Grace should go after the title by WrestleMania season. I think that's what's best for business. We still got a lot of other people in NXT could be called up by then. It's gonna be interesting, but I can see your point, and we'll find out. In a couple more weeks, we'll see how this goes. If anything, we might just have Tiffany and Jade Cargill go at it all the way through Mania.
I hope not.
All right, so let's just get down to it, man. What everybody wants to hear. We got the Yeet Man versus the Cult of Personality Man. Look, I thought this match was going to be better. I thought it was at least going to be decent. If it wasn't going to be good, it was a shit show. I think this is the worst Saturday night's main event that I've seen in a while, besides Goldberg's match. Look, I don't know what happened, but these two guys have no chemistry at all.
No.
They're horrible with each other. There were so much issues during the match. And okay, so if you ever watch WWE's Unreal on Netflix, before they were gonna give Jey Uso the title, Triple H went up and asked him, like, look, it's your time, this and that, just be ready. And Jay did mention that he has an issue of being gassed up, because somehow this guy gets gassed up for his match because of his entrance. All that energy, which is kind of.
That's what actually drove him over again with the crowd, man.
But here's the thing, though: if it affects your wrestling skill, that's a major issue. Because yeah, I've always noticed that Jay is just so gassed up, even on his promos.
I think my mic should actually be working now. Yeah, it works. Okay, let's go.
Okay. All right, so we got his mics fixed. All righty, sir. Good. All right. So mic check, we good.
Mic check, we good. Check. All right.
So put it this way, dude. Jey Uso. His issue to me is he's always gassed up in his entrances. I get it. Look, the crowd gets over. But dog, if you notice his promos, he's always because he's out of breath. His match. Hey. Yeah, because that promo right before Saturday night's main event against Punk, you could tell he was gassed up. He was done. That's why he only said this 4 letters, whatever. Yeet. The same thing happened this Saturday. It could be nervousness as well, but he went in the match. You could tell he was ready. That's the issue. He's gassed up. He goes in, has a bad match against Punk. It's very odd for anyone to have a bad match against Punk. This is Punk's first awful match of WWE. Take that.
Surely,
yeah. So there was a spot, the bouch that everybody saw, the neck breaker that didn't connect well. CM Punk got frustrated. He showed it. This reminded me of the Shawn Michael Vader spot. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yes, I do. Where Shawn just stomps on his head like, "Come on, man!"
Yeah, he gets angry because he Vader bouched it. The same thing happened on this where Punk went for the neck breaker. They both just bouched the thing. I think it was mostly Jay, and then Punk got mad, slaps Jay, and like, let's do this again, and he does it. And then at some point, Jay goes outside of the ring and looks like he's trying to get wind of himself. Like, I don't even think this was going on, Your mic, bro?
I think my mic is going back again. Hold on, wait. Don't say nothing. Hold on. I mean, it's getting it. Like, if y'all could hear me, let me know. Say something. Let me know something, because according to this, it doesn't work. But yet, according to the thing, it's actually recording. So we'll see.
Hopefully, if not, we could just pass it around. No big deal. So let's put it this way, man.
Technical difficulties always happen.
Yeah, it always happens. It's a Monday. So regardless, Jey Uso, I don't know, dude. This guy has a lot of issues. I don't think he's main event material, even though his name is main event, even though he sells merch. He's very popular.
A lot of merch.
He's very popular with the crowd. We all love Jay. Look, I love Jay as a mid-carder. Look, and I was pushing for Jay to win the title. At that time, it made business sense. Okay? Yeah. It made business sense, and I'll stick by that. But we all knew it was only a short period of time that this was going to last. And once it was over, it was over. I didn't think after that he should get another title run. But WWE insists that this guy is the main event. But we didn't see it this Saturday. We saw a frustrated Jey Uso, and the crowd could tell. The crowd could tell this guy was frustrated. Now, it could be his character, but I also think, dude, he's too gassed up because you could tell like this has been an issue right before.
Yeah.
And if your stamina is not in there, maybe you got to stop the entrance. Maybe you just got to get in and get out, that type of entrance. Just turn heel, to stop this whole thing. And I get it, he sells merch. But if you get gassed up, dude, you're, in the end of the day, at best, you're a mid-carder.
Honestly, I thought he was going to stay tag team
Mm-hmm.
because, I mean, he does his best work as tag team.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's the whole where he goes, running back.
Run it back.
And then he goes even harder.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like honestly, he should take a time where he's like, you know what? Right now, I'm gonna do the yeet, but it's like he he moves forward and just does the yeet, but not so oomph.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, dude. He's always just done the oomph, and that's what gets the crowd going. Because it's like, man, we see him, and gets the kids and the kids go crazy, and it's like that's what WWE wants. WWE wants the kids to get involved, the kids to go crazy, the kids to lose their mind. Because it's like, oh, dude, I'm doing the yeet with Jay. Now you see the kids coming in and stuff. But I think honestly, if you're gonna do the yeet and you know how tired you get, don't go all out. Like, don't do the whole dance and just straight as we do at home.
Just get in, do it. No more encores. Get down to it, or just turn them heel.
Listen,
dude.
if you want to do the encore, cool. But if you already know you're gassed, then just hype the crowd to do it themselves.
That's why.
Even
no
just
more encore.
Even just the one, but the crowd will hype you up. That way you're breathing. You're come on, guys. Like, yeet, cool. Keep going. Other side. You're hyped up. You're good. Yeet. One more time. You're still yeeting. Crowd is still loving it. The energy's still there, and you're catching your breath.
I also don't think though that also I don't think this is also an issue of him just being gassed from his entrance. I think that's part of it. So put it this way: most of his career, he's been a tag team, right?
Yeah.
So he always had that guy to tag in, get in, and help him take a breather. I don't think this guy has good stamina. I don't think he has endurance. Unfortunately, he doesn't, because I don't understand why is he so gassed out.
So remember, dude, and I feel like I know you remember when they would first come out and they would do the little chant they would do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they stopped it because of Jay.
Probably.
Jimmy seems to be the one with a lot more stamina. Like,
he's overall
better wrestler, more technical, more aerodynamic.
Jay's always been better on the mic and charismatic. More in the mic, I would say. Not better on the mic, but more charismatic. Like, he had that aura about him naturally. He's like kind of like Jeff Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
But, like you said, Jimmy was more technical.
Jimmy was more your wrestler.
Yeah.
Dude, so you remember last year, 2 years ago, when Jimmy and Jay left the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to Jay cutting the promo, you out.
Yeah.
And I'm out too. Like, the way he breathed to say it. It's like, dude, you're already gassed and you're not even doing anything. Like, I get your hype, but like, man.
The guy has to work on his cardio or something. Like,
really does.
Yeah, because as a wrestler.
Hey, man, listen. I'm off of Waffle House. I understand you're vegan, but bro, for me personally, my waffle, my hash browns and everything, I'm cool. But he's talking double waffle. I'm like, bro, that's way too much. He's always talking double waffle, hash brown, and everything. I'm like, bro, that's just way too much. I think he's got to cut back a little bit. That's just me, though.
I don't know what the fuck you said. Nah, it's all right. So no, but we made good points on this. Look, I think we agree, and it's really rare for us to agree on something that
It's really rare.
Jay just doesn't have that stamina, and at best is just a mid-carder, man, that sells good merch. Look, I don't think he belonged in that main event. I don't understand why we keep getting pushed Jey Uso, because right now we did have him through the main event tonight as a tag team. We did had a little heel tease, but nothing came about that. Obviously, during the end of their tag team, when things got bad, we did see Logan Paul come out, and he had the brass knuckles. He looks like he was going to go after the Vision, to return the favor or from earlier. But right before he's going to hit him, Punk comes up with with this chair, and bam, clocks Punk, knocks him out. Paul's like, all right, think about this. Hands him the brass knuckles. And now we have an alignment. with the
Yeah.
vision. We don't know if he joined, but he's aligned. There's a difference. Remember
Yes,
that, guys.
absolutely.
Brock is aligned with Paul Heyman, not with the vision. He's aligned with Paul. Logan might just be aligned with Paul Heyman. He might not be in the vision, but he might be aligned with just Paul Heyman, which is interesting. It is really interesting to see this. Did we, I mean, like overall, did we expect anything different? He just does better work as a heel. I did not believe they were going to put him face tonight. I thought, no way. This, when
I said myself, dude. Actually, I was eating dinner, and the first time I'm sitting, I'm like, "Oh shit! Well, hold on, wait, you're gonna go face?" Then I saw the punch. I was like, oh, "Okay, cool, never mind."
nah,
Nice
man,
work.
like when I saw the beginning of the Raw and I saw the setup, I'm thinking this is going to come back tonight in their main event. And yeah, Logan's basically going to turn heel some way, somehow. It's not going to last. Look, Logan as face, I don't think it sells well, man.
Nah,
Is just naturally heel inside and out, meaning
Literally.
outside of the ring, people hate the guy. All right. I like his wrestling. I think he's one of the best wrestlers in this era.
yeah,
One of the best wrestlers in the ring and on the mic, which is really rare for someone outside of wrestling that didn't wrestle most of their life to come in and just adapt. Guy's really
so
good at that.
quickly and
Yeah.
so good.
But
Honestly,
there's a lot of people that hate this guy for a lot of reasons
yeah,
that I don't want to get into because I don't really follow those guys, but I heard stuff. I don't care. But regardless, he's aligned himself with Paul Heyman and the Vision, maybe. We're going to see how things play out. A little bit interesting, I'm not going to lie. I would like to see how this plays out in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so overall, let's cut down a little bit on Raw. That what happened tonight. We did see again Judgment Day have their conflicts again for like 6 months. The same old. Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio not on the same page, which Dom did come out to try to help Finn and JD recapture their titles against AJ and your boy
Dragon Lee.
Yeah, I like their entrance actually. I like how they both come out together now and do their entrance together. It's kind of nice. See, we don't get that a lot.
The bar.
The bar?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So remember the bar, the tag team, Sheamus and Cesaro?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that old how they would like come up like back to back and then little entrance? Kind of reminds me of that. Just two random people come in, but they gave more.
Yeah, but came together and basically they set it up. It was just kind of nice. But that's what I'm saying. Like most people that don't establish a stable, they always come out separate, even as tag team. But it's kind of nice to finally see an entrance like that random together finally. So it was a decent match, but obviously Dom did screw it up and Sheamus did come out to help, but no matter what, we got to retain the titles and we got more conflict. I don't know what's going to go about this, man. I don't understand why they keep pushing this conflict when yet it doesn't seem like they want to end Judgment Day at this point. Like when I mean end Judgment Day, to lose either Finn or Dom, and I think Dom's going to get kicked out eventually. They feel like they don't want to do this. They feel like they just like teasing us, but not yet going for it. Doesn't make any sense. I'm getting kind of tired of this. I would actually enjoy Dom when he had that promo with his dad, Rey Mysterio.
Tonight.
Yeah, how they also mentioned, you think you're better than all these luchadors, Eddie Guerrero and all these guys. Yeah, which Dom was like, hey, don't bring up my father in this. And then, yes, I am. I thought that was a lot better, and I think they should just move on, man, from this whole Judgment Day shit. Cut the ties and just go their separate ways. Hell, have both guys go heel. I don't care. But regardless, this is getting stale to me. I don't know about you, but I'm
one heel, one super heel.
Who cares what it is, man? But at this point, cut your fucking ties and just keep going,
I see it though.
But that's the thing. When? Do you have a date? Do you want to predict it? Because I don't think I can. I want to predict it because I don't think it's going to happen this year.
I'm going to say it, man. Just for the hell of it, because I'm crazy like that. But I'm going to go with Liv when Liv returns.
Which is? Rumble.
I think they're saying actually she's supposed to come back within the next month.
I think she comes back before the Rumble and makes her... No.
That's what I'm saying. By next month.
Actually, she comes back during the Rumble.
Oh.
Because what better surprise is there if her to show up and even win it? Maybe.
I could see that happening too.
That would be a good idea. But regardless, that's getting a little stale. But it's WWE. We're probably gonna see more of it. Okay, so we did get some interesting news over the weekend, and that is John Cena has a 16-man tournament to find out who his last opponent is at Saturday night's main event in his retirement match. It will probably be Gunther, but we haven't really got everybody's announcements of wrestlers. But it's kind of nice to see that we're gonna get a tournament at least,
Yeah, something.
Yeah, we got a comment.
Chop it up. It's only tournament.
Yeah, it's a tournament. John Cena's last opponent is going to be decided in a tournament. There's going to be a couple of guys in there. We're probably going to get. I think some of them was announced today. Some, yeah. Rusev was part of the tournament. I know that for sure. He got announced. I forgot who he faced. I missed that part of Raw, but they did announce a couple of the guys. I know it would be Sheamus. They did say that some people from the outside are probably going to participate. I'm gonna say right off the bat, that's going to be Joe Henry.
I believe Joe Henry.
Yeah. As well as Jeff Hardy.
I can see that. Matt Hardy, maybe.
Nah, I don't think Matt. I think Matt's just kind of like, I only see two people, and then everybody else would be a combination between Raw, SmackDown, and we also got NXT.
Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of nice. I like this. It makes it better, like a better anticipation build up. Yeah. Overall, what's your thoughts on this?
I like it.
Chop it up, Tony. Your thoughts?
Tony, what are your thoughts? For me, though, I actually like it because, again, it exposes a lot more people who don't get a lot of TV time. You can see their style of wrestling, Shinsuke, Rusev. So it definitely gets more than just 35 seconds worth of wrestling. And it makes
if he's still with TNA, no. WWE does not put over TNA stars very often.
I'm not saying the fact that he's going to win, but I'm just saying, like, maybe he gets more than just 35 seconds wrestling.
On main event TV, I'll be surprised.
So it's maybe now he gets a minute. It's positive here. Or is that one? Do you think Randy Orton's going to be one of the participants?
Nah, because then I don't know, maybe, but I don't think so. I just don't. I don't see it. But
he said it is interesting, but I would be pissed if The Rock goes in last minute.
I don't know if The Rock's gonna. I mean, I know we heard the rumors of Rock being his last opponent at some point, but I just don't think. I don't think The Rock wants anything to do with WWE anymore. Especially since he lost a lot of size recently.
Yeah.
I just don't see him returning in the ring ever again. I mean, yes, the rumors with Saudi, that makes sense because Saudi money. Absolutely. Yeah, but overall, I don't see that happening. The rumor is Gunther. What if Dom wins? What if he enters? And what if he wins?
That'd be funny. That'd be awesome.
There is a rumor that he's supposed to have a match against Dom at some point. So that's either going to be before at Survivor that's coming up, or that would be that Saturday night's main event. So we'll see. But it's interesting to note this is going to be, all build up for that main event. There is some interesting other notes, and that is supposedly rumors has it that Vince McMahon is rumored to be there, as well as your president, Donald J. Trump. So that is interesting. I guess they did ask Trump, like, hey, are you going to be at Saturday night's main event? He was like, well, I'm not too sure because I think he has some other obligation that he has to do, some sports obligation. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't follow other sports, but supposedly he said, I'll try, but I'm not too sure. And then Vince is also heavy rumor to be there no matter what. Does WWE announce them? Those two guys. I think they'll announce Trump because they are good friends with Trump. Mm-hmm. I don't know about Vince. That's going to be weird.
Especially because Cena said, I owe my life to Vince. I owe my current lifestyle to Vince.
But with all the controversy still not died down,
one thing I'm like,
I think he'll be there, but I don't think they'll show him. It's like they had Drake in Toronto and they didn't even mention Drake at all that time. Yeah. But any thoughts on this tournament?
I like it. Can't wait to see what's going to come on from it. Hell, maybe we can even get one more time Sami Zayn.
Yeah, it'll be nice. I like Sammy, to enter that tournament because right now he's titleless and that makes sense for him. So yeah, I think overall this is going to be fun. It's going to be interesting now to
I would
see
have loved to have
this.
seen Jacob. Unfortunately, because of the injury, he's not going to. But I would love to have seen Jacob Fatu.
Hmm. Yeah.
Jacob Fatu versus Cena. That would have been a badass match, dude.
Yeah. Now we look forward to every show because also NXT will be a part of this.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's actually pretty cool that they're having this. I think it is great, but we'll see how it goes.
You know what? To kind of swerve the topic a little bit, do you think WWE did this because of the ratings?
Maybe so, but okay. So if that's the case, their biggest competitor is the NFL, the NBA, and the MLB. The MLB World Series is done. So now we do have the NBA kicking off strong now, their official season. So maybe so, yeah. Maybe that's the case. That's the reason why. So let's talk about this a bit. So their ratings are fluctuating up and down, but it doesn't look good. Okay. I don't know if you saw SmackDown, lowest attendance in quite a while.
4,425 people.
Yeah, very low to compare. And there was a lot of seats empty.
So many seats empty on the non-hard camera side.
Yeah. And we did mention, especially me, I'm saying for quite a while, this wrestling bubble is coming. It's going to crash. Just like the economy is going to crash probably soon. And I ain't going through that. I'm just, making a joke here. Did we read his comment? Oh, yeah, we did. I thought he commented another one. These damn shades. So like I said, this wrestling bubble market and all this is going to crash badly because of WWE. I'm sorry to say this, but the whole monopolizing, the whole higher price in tickets, the whole shitty quality of wrestling, bad storylines, even. The one thing that storylines, we all thought that WWE had the best storylines, but lately it's been lackluster, And I'm not saying it's just WWE because we also get bad storylines from AEW and other promotions out here. But dude, when you're the biggest wrestling company and you're the one that everybody wants to go to in the end, whether it's fans or wrestling.
Everyone wants to see.
And yet, this is the start of the downfall because of the ridiculous high prices. Who wants to attend a SmackDown price at $100 a ticket, let's just say, and then just see a C quality show, 4 or 5 matches, a bunch of long promos with a shitload of commercials? Do the math. Yeah. Nobody wants to do that. They've come around in my area. I have said, you know what? I don't want to pay these prices. I skipped them. NXT is going to be coming out around my area. I want to go, but when I see the prices right away,
he actually texted me saying, "Nah, dog, it's not worth it."
It's not worth it. I don't think so. And I am a hardcore wrestling fan. If back in the day, if these guys came about at the affordable price, set stone, I'm out.
We talked about it during WrestleMania. During WrestleMania season, they came back to our area. First thing we both said was, "Is it worth it?" Yeah, dude, they're gonna kill it. Let's go ahead and go. We went to Raw and SmackDown back to back. Didn't care.
Yeah, but that's because the quality was there, but it ain't there.
Weren't extreme, dude. You weren't getting nosebleeds for $200.
Yeah, but we were starting to pay premium.
It was $100.
Yeah,
I remember that because I sent you the money for the $100. But it was like, dude, now it's like worse quality, way worse quality, and you're charging double.
And there's not that many matches.
Nah.
I complain every week that Raw starts off with the promo for 30 minutes, which is nice for some weeks. But every week, it's like there's basically minimal wrestling. Your show is a wrestling show, not a soap opera just because it's on Netflix. Yeah. It's a joke at this point. I'm glad this is happening. Look, I don't wish the downfall for any wrestling promotion. But when you're charging fans and you're outpricing family, this is your results. Okay? Eventually, when family members, the whole family can't go, and you can't take little Timmy, Tom, or whoever to a wrestling show, they're not going to grow up at the live events. They're going to grow up in the TV. And when they're getting themselves older and they outgrew wrestling, because it just happens, when they bring their kids, they're just going to be like, you can watch it on TV. Why take them to a live event when I've never been to a live event?
There is some animosity for some people. I should still have it.
And basically, you kill it off a generation. Vince was smart enough to price it for everyone because he knew that the market was on the kids and they'll return as they get older and bring their kids. Smart man. That I'll give to that fucking bastard. But like I said, regardless, this is happening because of you, TKO and WWE. You guys price yourself high. The results are showing up. I heard that I think it's this week's SmackDown is at a smaller venue that holds about 7,500, 8,000. And I think it's at 7,000. They're not even fully sold. But to think about that, you went from 10 to 15 to 20 to 20,000 seats. But now you're going a little lower because now I feel like they're starting to feel a little bit.
I think at this point, what it was when TKO made the purchase, TKO was like, dude, these wrestling fans are crazy for it.
Mhm.
They're going to pour chunks of money on this. But it's like when we started noticing, I was like, hold on, wait, dude, you're trying to top prices.
Mhm.
And taxes and inflation really got to us.
Yeah.
At this point, Eric Bischoff has said it. I can't believe I'm saying this. Vince Russo has said it.
Everybody, man.
Jim Cornette, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody has said it. If you keep doing this, you're going to kill your own company.
Right.
This isn't UFC that you could build it on a month-to-month basis and say a fight now and people are hyped about it months later.
No.
Because there's no storyline.
Right.
The storyline is the little jabs that they have and sitting down at the table talking trash to each other the whole time. This is a week-to-week, day-to-day event kind of thing.
That's the thing.
So they have to keep on saying, you know what, man, let's keep, you know what, if you want to give us a bad product, go ahead, give us a fucking shitty product. It's fine. But charge us the right price for it.
Yeah. Oh, look, we got Movie Maker. Good
This
day,
War
sir.
Games match, good day, sir. This War Games match seems predictable. Logan, Braun, Austin Theory, and Brock Lesnar versus Roman, Jimmy Punk, Yeah.
Do you Movie Maker? I personally, I don't know. With Seth getting injured, I don't know if we even have that type of war games because I feel like they're setting up more the MFTs and the Wyatt 6 to have the war game. And I feel with Seth's injury, they kind of just scrapped that because we haven't seen Austin Theory return yet. But
how many months now?
But it's been talks, but I feel like that's not going to happen anymore because we're getting close to War Games. It's only a couple more weeks away, you know? Three. So, in that storyline, I don't know. I'm be very surprised at this point because where the hell's Roman? Where the hell's Brock?
They just gonna come in 2 weeks before and just say, you know what, War Games.
I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to call it now. I think there is no War Games. I think if anything, it makes more sense to know 5-on-5. I think that would be better. In my opinion, look, if we have war games every year, it's nice, it's fun, but we haven't seen a 5-on-5 in a while. The traditional Survivor Series, what if we just bring that back and they could have their war games, you know, the Y6 and the MFTs? It's a Movie Maker with another comment. Go ahead.
What did they just announce the teams? That and they had all the stars on TV leading up to War Games so they could hype up around the match instead of announcing the teams 1 week before the PLE.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, but they're not gonna do it.
This is WWE as we're talking about right now. There's a reason why they didn't fill SmackDown. They were like empty on the other side. We haven't seen that in a while though.
It's been almost a decade or two since we saw that.
I mean, I want to say it was like 2020 that was still like that because I remember going to the shows and there were. But once The Rock came back and repopularized wrestling on top of with AEW, it was also a decent crowd. But like I said, the market I'm feeling it's going to crash even harder. If WWE continues with these high rise prices of tickets, I don't think this year's Mania is going to sell well. Now that you ran it back to Vegas and charging just exactly or not more,
you're charging way more.
Yeah.
You know who I didn't see tonight? I didn't see the green shirt guy.
Well, I don't ever see him anymore.
Yeah, I don't even see green shirt guy anymore. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I see everyone else, but I don't see green shirt guy.
That's when you know the economy is bad if that guy can't afford it. That's how you know the crash is coming.
Because I'm over them doing this slow build and then announcing one team member at a time, week after week. It's so predictable.
Yeah, but and I get that, and I'm with you sometimes. You know, a shakeup, something different instead of the traditional storyline. But we're like 3 weeks away, and we just barely got Logan Paul lining himself. Yes, Brock's around the corner, but when do you bring Austin Theory? And I don't know. It, we haven't even seen LA Knight tonight.
Yeah, we didn't see LA Knight tonight.
That's the thing. It's like, where's LA Knight? Jimmy, we don't know really what's going on with them. We did see him at Saturday night's main event, but maybe if they do a 4-on-4, that makes a little bit more sense. What if they do a traditional 4-on-4? Because I don't feel like they're just going to go all out doing war games for men and for women and doing several of it during the night.
Maybe NXT gets war games this year.
I think they will.
I think that's why William Regal did announce it. I think they were. The plan was maybe we've been hyping up war games the wrong time this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe war games was supposed to be NXT. That's why William Regal said what he
war
said.
Games, yeah.
Maybe we just kept overlooking it because we're like, dude, war games. This person. And it's like, maybe all along they had decided maybe we're gonna get that traditional Survivor Series.
Or what if we just get NXT versus WWE?
That's why I called it earlier.
Yeah.
Who knows on that one?
Yeah, nobody knows. It'll be interesting to see Movie Maker how we get about the storyline or what happens exactly. But dude, like overall, your thoughts on this whole SmackDown not selling well, and then looks like they're probably going to start moving to smaller venues because I don't think they're going to go back to 15 to 20,000 capacity seats. Because I feel like
for
PLEs make sense, and they will sell out PLEs. I hope. I'll be interested to see Saturday night's main event's views actually, because we heard that WrestlePalooza, I think there were only about 132,000 views, which was kind of low. ESPN expected a lot more views, and I feel like ESPN is not pretty happy of overall the results that WWE's brought in.
Was at Peacock.
At Peacock, right? But like overall views, I'm saying. No, I didn't say main event was 142. I said WrestlePalooza. Sorry. Yeah. So I know on YouTube, they had it on YouTube, I think. They were streaming it, I feel like, or something. I think I heard that because I saw someone posted it. I saw it on Peacock, but or I saw it, I forgot what platform. But regardless, I saw it on YouTube too, someone posting it, and I think they only had 200K people watching it, which I thought it was kind of low for a free. I wonder if it was free or not, but if it's on YouTube, I would assume it was free.
Probably. A couple things. So
from actually, this is
the Movie Maker had one.
Oh, first one,
we could have had one War Games match and one traditional Survivor Series match. Maybe women get War Games and the men gets the Elimination Survivor Series match. Makes sense.
I like that.
Yeah,
that sounds a lot better. Yeah.
Gaming Geek 101. I hope Gunther is not the last opponent. Dave Meltzer spoiling makes this tournament predictable.
Yeah.
Also give it to Braun Breaker or Oba Femi. Gunther is already established star, 2-time world heavyweight champion.
I'm gonna agree with you, Gaming Geek, because I also think the same. I think it's better off to put Braun Oba Femi. Interesting. But I think Braun, they're really trying to push him to the future star, and I think his time is now when he beats John Cena. Yeah, Braun versus Cena makes sense. Hey, dude, and here's the thing. Braun's going to hold his own against Cena on the mic.
Yeah.
Even without Paul.
Yeah.
This guy is interesting. I heard there was a rumor. This is just a rumor. And who knows if it's true. Scott Steiner actually wants to go in the ring, return to the ring with Braun Breaker, I'm saying overall. That'd be interesting if you give Steiner a mic and it becomes Braun Breaker's manager.
Holla and hear me.
Cut off his famous map promo on John Cena. I guess
that's Gunther's gimmick. The man who retires people. Goldberg, Cena, and then eventually AJ Styles and CM Punk.
God. I don't know, man. I get the gimmick and I get WWE doing that, but do we really want to see that?
Braun just needs to go Braun Steiner and just name his finisher
the Breaker. I like that actually, the Breaker.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean Steiner, I feel like he named himself. I don't know if
I don't think he named himself. I think he named himself Steiner because at this point was Like, I don't want to be just a Steiner.
Yeah, I think he wanted his own
Everyone knew
personality.
who I was. Everyone
Yeah.
knows who I am. But if you want to, if you want to, like,
Separate yourself.
I think at this point, like, if your parent was a WWE wrestler, you
Mhm.
have to establish a different style.
Uh-huh.
Because we saw how Dom was when he first came in trying to mimic Ray. No one appreciated, no one liked it. It was like, dude, it's a copy paste of Ray. No one liked it. There was no originality. But now let's go back a couple. Orton and Bob Orton. Different styles.
Yes.
Cody, Goldust, or Dustin, and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Right.
All the different style. So it's like, and you know what? Tamina, and Jimmy Superfly.
Mm-hmm.
Different.
Different.
Rikishi and the Usos. Super different. So
exactly.
It's like, as long as you, I think that's
establish your character.
Yeah, and I think that's what he wanted to do, because it's like he has gotten a lot of moves from his dad, a lot of moves from his uncle, but it's like, I just want to be different.
Oh, he is different.
And that's why I think, he don't want to keep the name Steiner. Back to a couple things now.
Chop It Up with Tony had one.
Chop It Up with Tony. Brian just needs to go. Yeah, he already did that one. Gaming Geek 101. WrestleMania 42 poster full of 40-year-olds. I see that happen.
No, that is true, because so the teaser, the commercial, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
Remember that whole teaser? We thought, Jericho's returning, or who's this guy with the the shoes? Oh, WWE gives us a teaser. That ended up being a WrestleMania 42 commercial.
Which was
a bunch of 40-year-old and Triple H.
Cody, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Who else?
Triple H.
Triple H and somebody else. I forgot.
Who cares?
But yeah,
bunch of 40-year-olds. It was awful. It was dumb. And then people were saying, how come you didn't do with some women or all women instead? I agree with that.
They did.
No, it was AI.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure you saw something with AI. They didn't do anything. People were complaining. The next one, Movie Maker.
Movie Maker says having Scott managing Braun would have been better.
That is true, and like we said, it'll be kind of interesting to see Scott return if that was the case. What else?
Chop It Up with Tony. Did anyone else get annoyed with the WrestleMania Vegas promo? Like, it was supposed to be cool.
Yeah, I did. The whole teaser pissed me off. In order for us to have a fucking promo, it was kind of cringy. I mean, what do we expect? WWE does some cringy promos sometimes. Yeah. And not only that, dude, this promo should have made more sense if you done it last year. We're getting a back-to-back. Why do it now? I mean, better commercials you could have done at this point. Keep going to the next one.
Punk was also in that.
Oh, it was Punk's old ass. There we go.
Yeah, they could have put Rhea Ripley in there.
I would have loved Rhea. I would have loved Tiffy. I would have loved to see Jade Cargill's badass in there.
Bianca Belair. Hell, Asuka.
Oh, dude, Asuka would have been nice.
Okay. Next one, Movie Maker. It was reported that TKO wants Triple H to act like Dana White, like the Dana White of WWE. You can't have that.
Triple H ain't no Dana White. Triple H is a yes man. I think Dana White would fight on certain things if he thinks it's not right. Triple H, I don't see him fighting anything because all this dumb shit that TKO has established. Triple H is more of the yes man. I don't think Triple H has a backbone for the industry like Vince did. I felt like if Vince was still here, Vince would fight TKO on certain things.
A lot of things.
Yes. Prices
for sure, number one.
Yeah. Prices and storylines and all this crap. He would have fought on some things more.
Merchandise sales and certain things because they were not expensive to under Vince.
Nah. But
shirts were like $30. I'm proud of them.
But like Triple H, I don't see him being anything besides a yes man. Go ahead.
Cool. Now let's go back to the next one. It's Chop It Up. We should have Jade, Tiff, and even Io.
Io Sky. Yep. Next one.
Gaming Geek. Dominic versus Rey Mysterio at Survivor Series. I thought Dave said John versus Dom for the AIC.
I think that's supposed to.
I think that was probably a talk about match if Ray did not come back.
There was reports that Cena might have gone for Dom and even won the IC to be part of the tournament. But I don't think, after tonight, none of this stuff is making sense. I feel like there was a big change that came about.
I think all the returns actually make a big change that we did not expect.
Yeah.
Chop It Up. TKO needs to do better with WWE since UFC is now under investigation of possible rigged fights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I don't follow UFC.
A lot of sports are starting to fall into the rigged ever since the NBA.
Look, I only follow wrestling, NFL, and boxing. But look, I'm just gonna say this: we, I'll be surprised if WWE's rigged.
Surprised too, man.
I'm just serious. In all seriousness, look, back in the day, to make this quick, back in the day, we had mobsters, right? And they were controlling fights and games and stuff like that. They would go there, try to break your leg. They got smart. Once they all got, indicted for RICO Act, they all got smart. They're still in Vegas, but they're smarter now. They're not going after people as themselves. They're now buying people to do that for them. The mob is still heavily invested in Vegas. All right. Look, there's no way that with the odds and stuff that Vegas, Vegas is not going to lose. Because if Vegas loses, they lose a lot of money.
You can't have the house lose.
Overall, sports in general, to me, in my eyes, in my opinions, they're always been rigged. All right?
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not shocked that the NBA came out with all the mob stuff as well as UFC now. All these sports eventually are going to come out and you're going to find players that's through games in order for them to win some money or someone else, That's all I'm going to say. I'm sure you got your opinion if you want.
I'm going to keep quiet on that one.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
So the next one, I guess TKO sees Punk, Lesnar, Cody, and Roman as the big draws. They don't see women like Jade and Tiff as draws that can sell out WrestleMania.
What do you think of that one? Because I agree with them. Because the fact that you put that on your commercial, you put these guys, but for women's side, you don't see Rhea, you don't see Jade that just won the champion. Tiffany Stratton, which I feel like everybody knows at this point, like they can't be a big draw. I think
sell out Evolution, which by the way, to this day has in this year, one of the, if not the better PLE from WWE this year.
I think to me, Rhea Ripley's starting to get known worldwide.
Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Charlotte Flair is definitely over because of Flair.
Rhea, Alexa, Charlotte, Jade, and Asuka.
Yeah. Overall, I agree with that. Movie maker.
Everything is rigged to a point. Absolutely. Even this podcast is rigged pretty soon.
Man, I'll never know. Someone's behind us. No one's on the other side holding a gun to our head to say certain things.
Mm-hmm. It's not like we're looking at the camera.
No, fighting the opposition.
Brock and Austin is the final two of Vision.
Why not, man?
I can see it.
Are we talking about Austin 316? Nah, I'm just kidding. Theory.
A good portion of WWE's fan base are women, so what sense does it make by not putting women in the teaser? I get that 100%. However, though, even as men, we're starting to see that these women are starting to actually put on badass matches, put on badass events, and we feel like it is a disgrace to not include them as well. That's just me personally.
I mean, overall, dude, a lot of the matches weekly, the more memorable matches that stand out are the women matches. I feel like they are a lot better overall match and storyline included. Mm-hmm. So it is disgraceful. There was a lot of backlash for women not being in that commercial, and I agree. I 100% support that.
Maybe they do another one. I hope they do another one.
But that's the thing. But it's cringy because then like, oh, WWE, we fucked up. So we're going to cater to your fans again, which is just so cringy now. Should have done that from the first place.
For TKO not to see Rhea and even Jade have some heat behind them just tells me why they are choosing to ignore their worth. WWE's getting stale now. I don't know. Cody is getting boring now, and I like Cody. I like Cody too, but honestly, I want to see him turn heel. That's just me, though. Sorry, Mika, if you're watching this. I apologize.
I think we all think Cody's getting boring because honestly, I don't think anyone likes him as a champ. And look, last year he went all the way to Mania as a champion, a year basically.
And I don't think he held many title defenses.
He was gone for a bit, but it's the same thing this year. And yes, you lost the title, but you win it back and you're gonna take it to Mania again. It's predictable storyline. It's boring. That's why you didn't sell out SmackDown, maybe.
There are more women's matches this year that are match of the year candidates than men's matches.
I agree 100% when it WWE's route. Yes.
Still say the same thing though, dude. The fact is that Evolution 2 this year was either the better, if not the best, PLE to date right now for WWE from this year.
I would say in SummerSlam, because SummerSlam was pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot better than Mania, that's for sure. If
If
Braun
Braun
and
versus
Punk
at WrestleMania, then what about Cody? He'll get Drew McIntyre.
at Mania,
Yeah,
nah,
I'm kidding. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, dude, having Drew lose so many times.
Oh, you know what? What about Cody versus Sammy? Where Cody's built up as the
Face.
heel, and Sammy is the face.
But what if he's face, Sammy's face, and when he wins, he ruins his moment, turns heel.
What? Like Shinsuke did against AJ Styles. Not like it's
Kicks him in the balls.
yep, right there. And then just says in French, I don't speak English.
I wonder why some wrestlers don't wear cups if they know they're gonna get hit in the balls, maybe.
Literally. Like Edge.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Adam Copeland.
Adam Copeland and AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes.
Literally. I also believe the Jey Uso experiment has failed if he is not main event Jey Uso.
He's not main event. He's more the mid carder at this point. And like I said earlier in this podcast, Movie Maker, look, I was a big advocate of him winning the title. It made sense during the time because he was selling merch and he popped. It made sense. It's just like Kofi Mania. All right. It just made sense. Like Bryan Danielson, but Bryan Danielson was a lot better wrestler and on the mic. But at the time, it made sense. But we knew once he win it, that's it. It was game over. He's going to lose it eventually. And after that, I felt like he just put back to the mid carder. You had your moment. That's it. But yet, WWE pushes down our throat. And we saw the shit show he gave us at Saturday Night Main Event. And honestly, I don't think anyone's happy with him right now.
So, next one. Is chasing or defending the title more fun to you?
Chasing. I think. Go ahead.
Finish what you're going to say.
I think it's the art of chasing the title. So we'll put it this way. To me, and we all hate this, but the heel that has the long title reign, the one we boo, the one we absolutely hate, but yet we'll tune in and watch because we never know who's going to finally dethrone him. And it doesn't have to be the whole Roman thing, but it's always been this whole psychology of it, where it's better for someone as the face to chase that title than to have someone defend it. That's my opinion, but go ahead.
I'm 50-50 on it. Here's why.
You give me the defending part, I guess you could say.
Okay. Defending part. It depends on who is defending the title. Cody, no. When Bret Hart did it, I always wanted to see who was going to face. Because he was a fighting champion. He was literally rated E for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and again, yeah, I do see here where you're sitting here, the heel, you know, holding it for such a long time, and it's like, what's going to happen next?
But okay, look, and I'm a Bret Hart fan, by the way, so don't get me wrong. The big issue though with that was that Bret didn't sell tickets though. It was one of the lowest. That's what I'm saying. Probably in a couple of years, we're gonna say that Cody's face run was magnificent, but sometimes those faces didn't sell what they were supposed to sell.
I mean, look at Austin when he was champion.
He was he was more that what's it called, anti-hero.
But he got more cheer.
Yeah, he was, but he was also an anti-hero at a different time of era.
But again, though, back to what I'm saying, when Undertaker was also champion, it's just again, I feel like it just depends on who is defending. Remember when Triple H was champion, for God's sakes?
As a heel?
As a heel, yeah, with Evolution.
But that's what I'm saying.
No one really liked him as a champion.
Yeah, but that's a difference when you hold hostage a title like Jeff Jarrett did. Yeah, they didn't sell well. Let me bring up another one. Everybody's favorite, and it's my favorite too. But this is true. Eddie Guerrero.
Yep.
Didn't sell well as a champion. One of the lowest attendance. And like people don't talk about that, but that is true. Benoit, the same time, lowest attendance. These guys don't sell well sometimes as face defending the title. That's just the nature of it. And it's the psychology as wrestling fans that we're not aware of. is that we'll actually rather watch the heel, getting chased by the face. But once the face has it for a long period of time, it doesn't sell well. It just doesn't. Um, it's odd to say that. Now it's like we're here doing therapy and finding this out. Like our childhood was lied to.
All right, cool. We got a lot of comments. We appreciate this so much. Jay Uso only gets hate from internet wrestling community. IWC, look at the live crowd. They love him.
Yeah, you're right on that. Look, here's the thing. We love his gimmick. We just don't love him in the main event. Like as a mid-carder, awesome. But to keep chasing after the world title and put him in that picture,
non-stop.
More of a supporting character makes sense, but not being the guy.
Mean, but they're trying to make him like John Cena in that early 2000s run after he got the championship, where he was like forced into every single championship match. I feel like they're doing the same thing with Jay.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing though: John Cena improved. I don't see Jay improving.
No, Jay has not improved. Jay did turn too late in his career. 10 years ago, I see it. People would have been all behind it. Now it's like, dude, you're 40.
I think he's 35, but that's still old.
He's not 35, but I think
he's 40.
Yeah, I think he's like in his high 40s, like 38, 39.
I think he's 38. Yeah.
So basically, he's 40 at this point. And then with the stamina of a 55-year-old.
Well, the thing is that once you were accustomed to being a tag team for so long, and you didn't train to be a singles wrestler, some people have it, some people don't, and some people never train for that. We don't know his status on that, and I'm gonna say he doesn't train, but he's gassed out by the main. After his entrance, he's gassed out already.
10, 15 years ago, you could have done it. A lot of people would have loved it. A lot of people would have actually gotten really behind Jay, and he could have been a talking champion about.
Put it this way: if he was built in the 80s, over. No, he would have been over. You want to know why? Ultimate Warrior.
Hulk Hogan.
Hogan was a better wrestler than Warrior, though. Warrior goes in there.
I'm saying the Hogan for the hype.
Yeah, but I'm talking about wrestling wise. He would have just went in there, did his entrance, crowd would have went over. I mean, it was a different time. You're not gonna do the whole yeet, but he would have found a way to get the crowd, or who knows, they probably would have been into it, and then had a 10-minute match. It would have went over. He would have been champion. It would have fit perfectly during that era. Look at Warrior, gassed himself out, running around. Had a 5-10 minute match because he was gassed out, and it worked.
But according to him, he also had to pee because he had to drink like 8 cups of coffee before his match.
Well, that's why. Because I mean, look at how the fucking amount of running he had to do.
Yeah.
Different era would have worked perfectly fine. Not in this era. So here's the thing. I agree with you. The internet fans ruined that too. That's the thing. Internet in general ruined it for all wrestling fans in a way.
Another one. Yeah, Cody and Sami is what Cena versus Cody needed to be a Mania. They need to have face versus face, and then after the match, have Sami turn heel. Should have been that way with Cena versus Cody at WrestleMania 41.
Okay.
I
agree with that. What do you think?
I agree with it.
Okay. Yeah, good idea on that.
Movie Maker at Gaming Geek. Yeah, and that's why WWE would keep pushing because they do it for the live crowd.
Yeah.
Gaming Geek. War Games used to go back to 5-on-5 elimination, which ran its course like hell in a cell.
That's exactly what I've been saying. I don't think we're gonna have a War Games between the Vision, whoever they align themselves against, Roman and CM Punk. I think they're gonna go back to a traditional 5-on-5, but I still think War Games is gonna get in there. I think it's gonna be NXT, but I also think it's the YS6 versus the MFTs.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Movie Maker did this comment. And then the next one says, I can see Warrior versus Uso selling out just based on the characters alone.
Yeah. Fuck. Imagine that, actually.
That'd be a great 10-minute match.
Who goes over? Anyone in the chat wants to put your
80s Warrior. 80s Warrior.
Depending what Warrior we got. If we got the Intercontinental WWE champion or we got him afterwards. If we got him afterwards, I'll go with Jay. Or we got him right before when he was getting hyped up. Because at that time, Warrior wasn't really liked anymore. Yeah, like by the fans, yes. But backstage, it was a shit show.
I could not wait to fire him.
Yeah, but that was back then. We don't really want to speak too much of the ill, but I mean, overall, I think that would have sold well back then.
That's all fantastic.
Yeah. Jey Uso wins and
then gets fed to Hogan. Yep.
oh yeah. Escobar stealing John Cena's gimmick. Word now.
Where is he? Supposedly they were trying to get him to sign a new contract. That's the last time I heard.
No, they did actually.
Oh, they finally signed?
No, he signed like the day of.
Okay.
When it expired, he signed something and he got pretty good money for it, I think. So that was pretty good. For him at least, see what they do overall with this character in the next couple of days. All right, let me read you some quick things going on here. All righty. So we talked about the attendance. One thing we were going to talk about, and that is this, dude. Over the weekend or at some point during the last week, we did get a reunited of friends, the best of friends. We got Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho spotted at a hockey game together, took a pic, and once they took that pic and sent it out through the internet, all of social media and wrestling fans speculate. And we speculated, and now we're thinking, is this close to a return that we're finally going to get Jericho back into the WWE? All right. What do you think overall with this?
Let them just live their lives, but I could see it happening.
I mean, they're both from Canada, and Owens is no longer wrestling, so he has a lot of free time. Jericho hasn't wrestled in quite a while. He's having some free time.
Y2J in the Rumble. Call that now.
Okay, so when we got a Y2J in the Rumble, the need to realize
KO needs to realize not everyone is green shirt guy.
Yeah, definitely not us.
Hey, you know what? Actually, though, again, I'll say what I just said not too long ago. He wasn't at Raw tonight.
I don't think he's there every week, but I don't think he's there in the PLEs the last couple of the two PLEs.
He hasn't been there.
Yeah, I don't think he's there every Raw, but I don't think he's there even on the PLE. I think it was every once in a while, but I mean, at this point, dude, if you're charging an arm and a leg, who wants to really go for a mid-tier product?
Well, let's be clear. Y2J nor Edge will be facing John Cena's final match. I have seen a lot of people wishing for that.
Y2J would be nice. Edge. No. I want to say Y2J I want to see, but it would be nice to see him face Cena at some certain point, but it's not going to happen. Edge, the rumors with Edge, even with this tournament announced, people keep saying once Cena, once they said Cena might face someone outside the company, it has to be Adam Copeland, it has to be Edge. Bro, let the rumors rest. Then hopefully no one out there that's watching us, especially the guys in the comments, I'm sure you guys are really smart. I could tell. Don't believe that shit. Let's just die with that. In a perfect world, we would love to see that. But with contracts, AEW and WWE
being competitors, the way they see each other,
hateful competitors, it's not going to happen.
Maybe Matt Cardona. Maybe. Hey.
I actually would love to see that. That would make a lot of sense. Matt Cardona into that tournament would be awesome.
You know what, guys? I'm probably going to hit you guys with a super curveball. I can maybe even see is.
Why not? I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I think Sheamus is going to be an announcement of Rusev and Shinsuke. What about if we get Obafemi, Joe Henry, maybe Ricky Saints?
I can see that.
Or not even Ricky Saints. Who else could be in there? What if we throw a curveball? What if we get a woman wrestler wrestling a guy finally?
Nikki Bella versus John Cena finally?
Nah, I don't know about Nikki, but what if we get Rhea Ripley entering just for shits and giggles? Yeah, I don't think that she's doing anything right now. So
I mean, you're looking back at China. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Jeff Hardy? Yeah, we named Jeff Hardy earlier. Dude, this is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be great. Can't wait.
Yeah. So yeah, honestly, dude, this whole tournament idea, I think it's great. Okay, so we already know. I don't know. My thoughts and ideas with Y2J. I don't know, man. We'll talk about this in another week when we see another picture with someone together.
Will we make it? I don't think so.
Rey Mysterio?
Yeah. I don't think so. No.
At this point, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, so MJF. We haven't seen MJF in quite a while.
Yeah, what happened to him?
So once he had his match, his last match that he got ran through and got beat up and lost, And out of all people, that's your boy, Chicken himself. You already know who the guy is. Look, his last PLE was quite a while back. He hasn't been around. So I think he's wrapping up Violent Night. I think it is 2. I think they're making a second movie off that one movie that came out. And he's in Hollywood recently, more often than not. Have you not noticed that most of this year he's been gone?
Yeah.
And he did quote out there that he actually likes being on movie sets and he wants to do more projects in the future.
Uh-oh.
And he's a young guy.
Very young guy.
Yeah. Look, I think MJF is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. I think he's fucking gold on mic. I think he's untouchable right now. When he's actually, on TV, he's untouchable. He's like off the dome type of guy, which is really rare. Doesn't break character.
No, never does break character.
A really great wrestler. Overall, this guy's like one of those unsigned WWE guys, like your Sting, like your who else didn't get signed until later on? AJ Styles, like one of those guys, like what if type of thing.
Yeah.
He's gonna return to AEW pretty soon by the end of the year, I'm sure. Probably see him in about 2 more weeks, my guess. But I guess my thoughts on this is this: that quote itself, and I think there's other projects he's trying to pursue. Do you see him eventually in a couple of years when his contract expires in AEW, not going to WWE, but if he keeps getting movie roles, do you see him getting out of the wrestling business and joining Hollywood?
Yep.
I think he's a perfect fit in Hollywood.
I think everyone's gonna go part-time with AEW.
Could be part-time, which would be nice to still have him in wrestling. He'll go Hollywood full-time. I mean, his first appearance as a kid, I think, was in the Rosie O'Donnell show. And if I'm correct, yes. And he was just a kid, but he had that charismatic charisma of himself as a kid. MJF will get more roles around age 35. Why age 35, though? That's an interesting age,
Yeah, I'm 35.
But I'm saying, was that the golden number in Hollywood that we don't know about? You have to be 35 to get more roles. Once his acting improves, he'll probably get more, I wouldn't say main roles yet, but more co-main roles, maybe. More instead of the supporting character, more of the actual characters. There's stronger supporting cast. Because I'm sure he's a good actor. I think he did some acting as a kid or something like that. But doing movies is a whole different beast.
Yeah.
But I think he has it. I think he's I mean, look, put him on TV. It's like you're watching a fucking movie itself.
Literally.
So, I don't know. What do you think?
I think honestly, like I said, I think he's gonna go part-time in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
But this was also this right here. If he continues to do what he's doing, he's gonna pave the way for people to know about AEW.
Okay, so if he does return, do any of you guys think he's gonna go after Mark Briscoe? That's the guy that basically won, and nothing really happened after that. Does he go back to Mark Briscoe, or does he continue on to some other stuff? Does he go back to being a face when he's return? I mean, I don't think him as a face is bad. I think he does pretty good.
He's good at anything.
Yeah.
2 comments. Vince and Trump will be in John Cena's last match. I better see Trump yeet. I think he meant me. He said meeting, but he said yeet.
Yeet. I mean, do you want to see Trump yeet? I mean, the guy could barely dance to the YMCA song. That's SG3's favorite song, by the way.
Totally. I get it every day.
Yeah, brushes his teeth with that. But yeah, that's the popular rumor going around that both those guys are gonna be there. Hell, imagine Vince. He starts eating and then he breaks both his quads again. Oh, son of a bitch. God damn it. Why does this happen again?
Does his quads. Yeah, fire.
Damn it, Donald Trump. Don't just yeet. Come help me here. Where's my son-in-law? That fucking bastard can't book a match to save his life. Yeah, overall, man, That's gonna be a lot of emotional stuff, man, going on that day. Yeah, dude. I don't know about how you feeling, but less I think about it. All
I do. I'm not afraid to admit I'm actually probably gonna cry.
right, I want to go somewhere a little controversial. I don't go here usually, but this was interesting to hear. There was a report that Devon Dudley made about Jim Ross.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, supposedly Jim Ross was a bit had said some maybe racial stuff to him. Well, he claims it to be, but I did read some of this context, and I guess it was this. This is how it went. Basically, is that look, you got to understand that this is still a white dominant sport.
Yeah.
And during that time, I think it was like what 99, 2000s, maybe. Look, and there's a lot. There's not just him. There's a lot of other wrestlers that have commented this before too. I think it was R-Truth. There was an interview with R-Truth a couple of years back, and he had said that Jim Ross said the same thing to him. And we know that Jim does come from a different era. Uh, you know, like that's the thing, and it's been the talk of the internet for quite a while. So put it this way, I don't know how I feel about this. It is kind of odd. I remember hearing some other stuff about this going around. There's rumors of him being, that way. So I don't want to speculate too much, but I also want to double down before it gets popular. Maybe we'll hear more later. But look, the man does come from the South, Oklahoma. The man does come from a different era. But do you think what he said was wrong? Because during that time, there was a lot of, white wrestlers. But then again, we did have the Rock as champion, Farouk as champion, but we just didn't have many of them. A different era now. I don't know, but maybe we'll get Jim Ross's side of the story in his podcast as weeks come,
Yeah.
Or do you think Jim Ross just kind of ignores it at this point?
Regardless of what you do, you're not looking pretty.
Nah, man. I hope Jim Ross just does the right thing.
If it was Devon, only
Yeah.
Devon, cool. Address it, ignore it, whatever. Like it's cool. But multiple people have come up and started saying a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
If I'm Jim, just come out and apologize. Look, guys, I grew up in a different time. I've been taking therapy, whatever. Even if it sounds like bullshit, but then I'm getting therapy. I'm doing better.
Yeah.
And honestly, at this point, it's like it shows you like trying to at least be a better person. People are gonna be forgiving.
Yeah.
If you ignore it, you're the bad guy. If you comment and say, "Where was I wrong?" and Jim is unfiltered, Jim's gonna say what's on his mind. He's at that age now.
I could understand him saying it like as in like, dude, you gotta look at the reality. But also don't be so negative, like you're not gonna make it sound like more of a hey, but that doesn't mean, you can't be a big star. You can't break that barrier. You know what I mean? So let's just wait and see and get, as well, Jim Ross's side, and hopefully we get more contents to it. But so far, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right on that.
So
we got a bunch of comments.
So Vince would have booked. So yeah. So Vince would have booked from Movie Maker. Vince would have booked God versus Cena. Would have put Cena over in his last match. When will WWE ever do a Royal Rumble draw? Last time we had a draw was Batista and Cena.
You think that's gonna come out soon though? A draw? Last time someone broke their quads. Do you think Triple H goes in there and breaks some quads too?
Probably breaks some nose. Here's the thing. They have come out so much with that and said that was not supposed to be a draw. Batista was supposed to win, and it technically wasn't a draw because Batista's feet hit the ground first.
So who the fuck called the draw then?
The refs had it improvised big time. But if you look at the tape again, Batista's feet hit. 2 seconds later, Cena's feet hit.
Okay.
Cena technically won the match, but because the match was already set for Batista versus Triple H, they were like, no, yeah, and he did it, and no, he did it. Well, there's only one thing to do: restart the match.
Wasn't there a battle royal one time where I think it was the Big Show and the Rock touched the floor around the same time? But
the one you're talking about later on, which happened, by the way.
No, this was before, not later.
Okay.
Yeah. This was like before this Rumble. If you're mentioning afterwards, maybe there is another one too, another battle royal. But there was one I think with Big Show and The Rock face, and I think they both got eliminated at the same time.
I mean, the one where Rock after that became the Scorpion King.
Probably, but they both hit the floor. But then it showed that I think it was The Rock that hit the floor first, and then the Big Show should have won. But there's always been some controversy. You can't really hit it around the same time if you're trying to perform it. It's never really a.
I mean, kind of people. There's one more that actually happened. It wasn't a draw, but it was when Bianca Belair won. Because her feet touched first and then Rhea. But they still gave it to Bianca.
Okay.
That's it. And then next is you should see George Bush saying racial things in WWE Raw with Crime Time segment. Hollywood Crime Time. Pop a 40 and check your rollies. It's crime time.
The whole Vince thing being racist doesn't surprise me either. That guy grew up in the trailer fucking home and saw some shit, and I'm sure, dude, like a lot of these gimmicks that he did, dude, do-rag Vince said what he said, and you're not gonna tell me Vince was not racist. Vince didn't see certain wrestlers only as gimmicks, and I don't want to go more into details, but we already know Vince what he thought of, like, other colors and stuff. Hell, if it does like any other color besides that one color, you were just a gimmick.
Yep. Okay. Now during Raw,
Yeah.
And then Vinnie Mac tore both his quads, laughing my hands off. I remember the Kofi Kingston botch when he was supposed to keep his feet off the ground, but they touched and was shoot eliminated.
It was, yeah. He was supposed to keep it, and if you not noticed, right after he bounced that, they kind of stopped doing his gimmicky eliminations because after that, how many more
there for that one?
Yeah, but like after that, how many more elimination styles that he did after that? Because I think they realized like we can't just keep doing this because it looked bad. I'm sure Vince was angry.
I just think Kofi didn't time it right. That's what I think happened.
But also, it's like I think also Vince played a part.
Sorry. Just gonna read these. Alex Riley slipped in the Royal Rumble. Titus fell under the ring.
So you had one where Alex Riley slipped, and then the other one, Titus fell under the ring. But that doesn't count. Titus was wasn't it the greatest Royal Rumble?
Yes.
Fuck that Rumble. But that was funny though.
It's so funny to the day. I watch this to crack up every so often.
Titus O'Neil, where has he been, man?
He's backstage in WWE right now.
But like you would think by now you would see a cameo, but
he's completely backstage. Like you actually see him in certain commercials, like when his Make a Wish or stuff like that. You see him. He doesn't talk at all, but you see him like teaching the kids like the hurrah, and then doing stuff like that.
What do you think of Alex Riley slip though?
I even forgot the fact that he slipped. I'll be honest with you.
I remember that though. I thought it was kind of funny at the time. We do have a lot of bouches at the Rumbles, and we're surprised we're talking about the Rumbles before the Rumble itself already came about.
The Rumble is just fantastic. Can you imagine the Rumble inside next year and every woman is dressed up in a Power Ranger?
So can you imagine the Rumble in Saudi next year and every woman's dressed up as Power Rangers? It's going to happen, and it's going to happen.
You can't imagine anything.
I don't think we're imagining anything. I think we know the results of this. Everybody's going to be dressed up from head to toes, and it's fucking ridiculous.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, are you excited for that Rumble?
No. What is they going to call another greatest, another fantastic, another wonderful, the best Royal Rumble of all time? I don't know. They're going to call it something stupid.
I mean, what do you think the Mania is going to be called? We haven't even got an announcement of. Is it going to just be called WrestleMania 43? Or do you think it's going to call
WrestleMania Saudi?
Nah.
Because you're 43 Saudi. You see, like, kind of how it goes. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I really see that happening. Sadly, oh god, I just gave myself a bad thought.
Well, unfortunately, I hope this is just a one and done deal.
I hope so too. Which stadium in Saudi though?
I don't fucking know.
Isn't it the Riyadh or something like that?
I was gonna say you probably know more of this shit than I do. What is the one that they have all the stuff in Saudi?
Is there some Riyadh?
When the hell what is the stadium they even have WWE events? I'm sorry, look, I don't really follow too much into Saudi when it comes to stadium. I know they got a couple. Whatever the biggest capacity one has, whatever could hold the most fans, because they're gonna sell out. Look, the one thing I'm gonna admit is that this Mania for Saudi is gonna sell out. because they're gonna bring in so many fans from Saudi to
Kingdom
come in.
Arena.
That's gonna be the ones. Yep, he said it.
Yeah, King Fahad Arena. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, King Fahad Stadium.
That's the one. If it holds the most people, it's gonna sell out. That's a guarantee. We're gonna call it now, and I'm sure you guys know it's gonna sell out. It's gonna pack fans, whether they're buying the fans in or they're actually buying their own tickets. It's gonna sell out. That's gonna be the stadium. It's probably gonna look a hell of a nice stadium. I'm not gonna lie, they're gonna put a lot of money into this fucking stadium appearance and all. Cristiano and I show.
Speed taxi match. This one.
Why,
That's funny.
I wouldn't be surprised. ISP's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, the Kingdom Arena only holds 26,000 people.
But then what the fuck is the biggest 26,000 people?
Yep.
It can hold. He's telling you it could hold. Or type in. Do you type in King fans?
Yeah, Kingdom. Yeah, the Kingdom one, Kingdom Arena in Saudi Arabia only holds 26,000 people.
So one says 20, the other one says 68. Interesting, huh?
What's the other one? Unless you're talking about the second stadium.
Which is the second stadium, though. What's that one called? We're having the Google showdown between.
It's temporarily closed, yeah. So look, King Fahad Stadium is temporarily closed. It holds 58,398 people.
This says King Fahd International Stadium.
Yeah, largest operational stadium with a capacity of approximately 68,000. Yeah,
ain't that some shit?
Yeah,
that's a lot of people.
Actually, I'm surprised they're not going after this one. Sorry, hold on, wait. This from Google. Which largest stadium in Saudi Arabia? AI overview. The biggest stadium in Saudi Arabia will be the future King Solomon International Stadium in Riyadh. Which, yeah,
sounds AI.
It says AI, but it's not set to be completed in 2029. Here's my prediction then on that one. It's gonna be 2027. Should be 2026. Saudi 2029, and that new arena, Saudi again. And when they finish the stadium in the sky, back over there.
Fucking hate Saudi. I'm sorry, I just don't
expect that. So the next out of 10, Saudi's gonna get 3.
I don't hate Saudi shows. I like Saudi shows. I just hate this whole Rumble and Mania and Saudi type of thing. It's just, I think it's just too much. And then not only here's one thing we forgot. We're gonna watch Mania really early that year. Not this year, but that year. We need to think about that time difference. I mean, they're not gonna change their time for us. We're gonna watch Mania early in the morning, which is odd. We're not gonna party. We're gonna be waking up and making coffee together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live stream that one.
Dude, yeah, I'll watch it with you. But yeah, 27 is gonna be in Saudi. 2 years later, they're gonna do the same thing. And then when they finally open up the stadium in the sky, that's gonna be another one. So yeah, like I said, out of the next 10, Saudi's getting 3 guaranteed.
Bring the coffee. I'll bring the vegan donuts that day.
All right, cool. Whatever that is.
It's just vegan donuts.
All right, no eggs. All right.
I bet WWE is gonna inflate the numbers, saying that they sold out both nights. For Saudi, okay, for Vegas, yes. For Saudi, I honestly think they will sell out, dude. I think they're gonna buy their people in. Like they'll buy tickets for people to come in for free. Because I feel like Saudi themselves are very cocky that way.
Yeah.
And they're gonna say this was the biggest, and they'll find more space to open up those 68 and make it to 70.
They'll probably have Cristiano Ronaldo in there, Speed, a whole bunch of influencers, stuff like that.
If anything, you're right. They're gonna inflate the numbers because even though it holds 68 and they'll break that number, they're gonna say it was like 100,000 combined, bigger than fucking WrestleMania 3, and even that was inflated.
And break the ticket price number 2. I will sell my kidney to be in that event. You may have to go to the dark market for that, but that's not the point of the conversation.
You will sell your
kidney
to go to Saudi? Am I correct on that?
You're literally saying that's what I read.
Do you really want to go to Saudi, man?
I think it's to see Cristiano and everyone else. That's my guess.
That's scary, man. That's really scary for me to go to Saudi alone.
Ticket is damn.
What do you say?
One ticket is the price of a down payment on a home.
To go to Saudi. Yeah. Honestly, dude, just to go to get a flight there. Imagine the price imagine the hotel price. Imagine the food price. I mean, at least you're eating Saudi food. I mean, Jesus. I'm sure it's like Middle Eastern stuff. But dude, it's gonna be a ridiculous amount. It's probably gonna be the highest tickets ever sold in WWE history.
Yeah. I better be getting free camel rights.
imagine the
Watch out, they spit. So,
imagine the commercials. They're gonna show all the 43 on camels with the Saudi, the what you call the hijab.
Job.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be funny, but I literally forgot the name. Imagine that they just dressed them up. Triple H wearing one, and he's like, "It's here."
Walking like freaking Aladdin in the beginning of Aladdin.
Oh yeah, they said they have Aladdin gimmick. Oh my god, bro. Oh damn.
Braun Breaker brings out the tiger.
Bro, like now we think about it, imagine the theme. What if we have sand on the stage? Honestly, that's kind of cool. Yeah. That's the first time we'll see like sand around. What? Imagine the ring filling up with sand. They're not gonna have that. They'll have a show, but imagine they went theme. That's just fucking crazy, dude.
WrestleMania in the desert. That's all I'm gonna say.
Triple H.
Open WrestleMania account. I'm telling you, they're gonna bust out Aladdin. Watch, y'all see it.
We should do like some betting over here. Like how do they open up? Imagine they'll put a betting line on a camel, on
elephant,
on a carpet.
and Triple H dressed up as a white Aladdin.
Have tigers around. No, Jesus Christ.
His Excellency Paul Levesque.
What if it's not Triple H? What if it's the guy, the one guy, the promoter? That guy, the one that does all these.
I can guarantee you're not gonna find a lot of international people in that arena.
They're gonna promote guys that we never even heard of, or we are not familiar of. Remember when they did that Greatest Royal Rumble, and they started pushing all these guys? Yep. Yeah. Yes, that guy. I don't know who he is. Wrong.
The guy's a great negotiator, though.
Oh, he is.
Fantastic negotiator. He sells them like no tomorrow, but yeah.
Is it the Netflix boxing thing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, look. He got some money, and he's actually been giving us some good stuff outside of wrestling. So I'm all up for it. I just don't want to see his ass all the time there. But then again, who am I to know?
He got put in the last boxing. I think that's why I said I'll go back to what I said. They're not gonna have a lot of international fans at this event.
Look, at that point, have him play the heel. start.
The thing is though that like if you saw it like when he was getting booed, he was like, dude, I felt like it was like a Mr. Burns moment from The Simpsons.
He's like, he probably pointed at the person next to him. Why boo him?
Yeah. Like, are you booing me? Are they? And then someone else is like, no, so they're saying boo Burns.
When he got booed, who was in the ring with him? Was that the Canelo Crawford?
Yeah, that was a Canelo Crawford.
Man, imagine he was pointing at Canelo. Man, they don't like you here.
Yeah, they don't like both of you guys.
What you guys do, man? I fucking sold this out. It's just for you guys to get booed.
Literally. He's gonna need a no corporation faction.
Oh man, I we have so many ideas with that. That'll be funny, but I'm not gonna lie, dude. That shit would be funny. All right, look, guys. We enjoyed this a lot. You guys are great in the comments. Movie Maker, Gaming Geek, and Chop It Up. You guys have been great. Overall, it's just been wonderful. Look, we'll be here next week once again, same time, same place, same style. Tony Khan fumbles. Yes, he did. Because if you look Saturday night's main event, everybody was all elite.
Literally.
All righty. We'll see you next time. Dig it.
Last but not least, don't forget to put that little bell. It tells you when we go live. Appreciate y'all.